The nvidia RTX 40 series Founders Edition graphics cards have received a complete makeover compared to their Ampere counterparts that launched a couple of years ago. They are practically unrecognizable, and with the official reveal just 3 hours away from the time that I am recording this video, the leaks have continued to come in hot and fast, just like the dump that I took 10 minutes ago. We'll get a look at the actual 4090 Founders Edition card being held by Jensen himself, as well as a official reply from Rockstar regarding the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks that we talked about yesterday. So let's get right into the news, boys. But first, today's video is brought to you by Keysfan.com and their software super deal, where you can get some of the best prices out there on Microsoft software. Especially with my coupon code, you can get half off of Windows keys, as well as 62% off on Microsoft Office products like Windows 10 Pro, Windows 11 Pro, and Office 2019 Professional Plus, and Office 2021 Professional Plus. And they've also got a bundle with Windows 10 Pro and Office 2019 in the same package. To save money on Windows 10 Pro, just go ahead and add the key to your cart, which starts off at $15.17. But once you get into your cart, you can go ahead and apply my discount code at checkout, YTB50, and that will give you a shocking 50% off, bringing the price down to just over $7 at $7.58. And when you proceed to checkout, you can pay with either a credit card or PayPal, whichever one happens to fit your needs. And this also applies to Microsoft Office products, but again, you're going to get 62% off on Office products with the code YTB62 at checkout. Applying that to the $67.40 price, Office 2019 brings the price down to a stunning $25.61. So I don't know what you're waiting for. If you need your software keys, head over to Keysfan.com right now and be sure to use those coupon codes at checkout. YTB50 on Windows products for half off, and YTB62 for 62% off on Microsoft Office products. So there it is, Jensen in his glorious leather jacket. The man has never met a motorcycle jacket that he didn't like, which he probably does not wear on a motorcycle. I could be wrong. He might be a very big motorcycle aficionado. For all I know, that very well could be the case. I cannot confirm nor deny that I have sat bitch on the back of a motorcycle while Jensen was driving it. Cannot confirm or deny that at all. But there he is, with the RTX 4090 Founders Edition graphics card in all of its glory, and the complete redesign over the previous generation. Like I said, I can't even recognize it with the black and the silver. And oh yeah, he must be a Raider fan, obviously, right? Raider Nation all the way, bro. But yeah, this is pretty much, sarcasm aside, it is basically the same as the previous generation of cards. It is a triple slot card, it seems like. The font is different, like we saw on the previous leak of the RTX 4080 wrapped in the plastic, so that seems to be legitimate now. And the fan is a bit larger than the Ampere graphics cards. We got a little bit of a larger axial fan, and the fins are a little bit larger as well, so maybe it'll have some quieter operation and be able to push more cooling air through the card, through the heatsink and everything. And I'm assuming there's a fan on the other side of the card as well, just like we saw with the Ampere RTX 30 series Founders Edition graphics cards. But there it is. Videocards.com got the scoop, got the picture up early of the video that's, I'm assuming the video's already been recorded. It's not like a live stream, like stage show. As we've pretty much seen ever since COVID started in 2020, most of these companies pre-record these events, and then they put them online at a certain time. Today being at 11 a.m. Eastern Time will be the reveal from GTC 2022. So hopefully we'll get some more concrete information and details at that time on the RTX 40 series. So it seems like we're definitely going to get the 4090, as this is clearly from the video. So we'll definitely see that. And we're also expecting to maybe see the RTX 4080 as well, which is rumored to have two different variants that'll be revealed, but we may have to wait a little bit longer to get those, but we'll find that out today. But it's all the leaks that we've seen recently have more or less been officially confirmed at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, yeah, it's probably real. Everything we've been talking about is going to come to fruition, and we'll find out in just a few hours from now. Those being that the RTX 4090 will be the 8102 GPU with 16,384 CUDA cores, 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X memory, and a default TDP of 450 watts. But remember, at like max boost and everything, it can get as high as 660 watts, according to the rumors and leaks. And in regards to the RTX 4080 models, we will have, the 4090, we'll have RTX 4080 16GB and 12GB variants on AD103 and AD104 respectively, which is a bit weird. I really don't like that they're, if they're just both called RTX 4080, I'm not going to be a fan of that. There needs to be a different distinction there. There should be a 4080 and a 4080 Ti, and we did see that Post-it note that's on the countdown thing still to this point where it says Ti or Ti. So I really hope that if they do these two variants, that they call the 16GB one the 4080 Ti or Ti, because the leak specs for that are also a fair amount different. Like, it's got more CUDA cores than the 12GB 4080 in the leaks. So it just creates confusion to, maybe a lesser informed consumer that goes to a store and they just see, 16 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes, that must be the only difference. And clearly it's not going to be the case, as the CUDA core count is considerably different. I think it was like 10K versus 8K CUDA cores, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't have the numbers up right now. But it was not an insignificant amount. It wasn't like just like, 128 CUDA cores or something. Like, it was a decent chunk. It's going to probably affect performance by, probably a good 3 to 5%, if not more, I would think. And it's not just because of the VRAM difference. It's the CUDA core count as well is going to be a big factor there. For those two different RTX 4080 variants, again, if the rumors and leak specs prove to be true on them. But let me know your thoughts. Are you guys excited for this announcement? Are you excited to pick up an RTX 40 series graphics card? Or do you want to wait a little bit longer and see what RDNA 3 from AMD has to offer, which we are expected to see by the end of the year? Next up, I just quickly wanted to share this with you because Rockstar has released an official statement regarding those leaks that we talked about yesterday for Grand Theft Auto 6, which confirms that they were, in fact, Grand Theft Auto 6, and they weren't fakes or anything like that from the would-be, the alleged 16-year-old hacker that sold the source code for like $100,000 or six figures or something like that, which he could have gotten way more for, honestly. But that's all just rumors. No one really knows for sure, and I'm sure Rockstar will be knocking on his door any moment now and beating the living shit out of him. They've almost done it before. But we have an official reply from Rockstar Games here over on Twitter and the Rockstar Games team. I'll read it to you and then we can discuss it. We recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. It goes on to say, we are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to deliver an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to this next game when it is ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation. So there you go, the official reply from Rockstar. And really the biggest problem with this leak is the source code. It's the source code getting leaked and potentially sold to other parties that could develop cheats, hacks, all those kinds of things, or use it to maybe develop some sort of like knockoff Grand Theft Auto, which honestly I'd be more worried about the hacks and the cheats, considering it is an online game primarily, sort of. I mean, I don't think of it that way. I think of it as a single player game first, but there's an entire generation of people now that grew up with Grand Theft Auto 5 as it's gone across 3 console generations. They grew up with Grand Theft Auto 5 being the only Grand Theft Auto 5 that they know, and probably a bulk of that time was spent on the online, because once you finish the single player, for as big and as great as it is, if you enjoy the online, you're going to spend hundreds of hours on the online. And obviously, with Rockstar and Take-Two making buttloads of money from shark cards through Grand Theft Auto 5, you can be sure that they'll be looking to double down on that with Grand Theft Auto 6. And if that online experience is hindered because of hacks that come about because of this source code leak, that could really not just affect Rockstar, but it'll affect people's enjoyment of the game that might end up spending their hard-earned money on shark cards. Foolishly, I might add. It is foolish to spend money on those things when you can earn money in game by just doing activities and grinding it. but that's why they do it. That's why Rockstar does it, because they can make tons of money. So the source code leak is much more significant, in my opinion, than people knowing what weapons are in the game or that it's set in Vice City. Like, that kind of stuff is like, okay, we all kind of knew that already to a point. Like, it was all rumored for a while, but the source code part of it is the much bigger deal for Rockstar as well as the players. So hopefully it doesn't affect anything too bad once this game eventually releases in a couple years from now. But let me know your thoughts on everything we discussed here below, down in the comments, as I love interacting with you guys and reading through those. And I'll catch you next time for another video. Peace.